Here we go. I'm on the wrong side of the deal. There we go. All right. We are live. Yes. At long last. Way later than I initially imagined that we would be going live, but alive. Well, live nonetheless. Hope all y'all are having a awesome Monday here, or Monday night now, as we are. Obviously streaming way later than I traditionally do. I'll get into that here a little bit later as we give time for a few folks to file their way in here. But to all of y'all who are checking in here as we get this rolling here, I greatly appreciate all of y'all, despite the fact that I know I changed the start time here a few times. But yeah, finally here, and wanted to make sure I still hung out with you guys for a little bit because it's kind of become a big part of my Mondays now. Speaking of which, joining us early on here, we got, of course, my wife and one of the three awesome moderators that I have here, Mrs. Freak. And no, I did not bring Finley with me. Finley should still be in the basement with you. Just watched the Titanic. Took her goldfish. Oh, good grief. Of course you did. Craig's Catfish Cave. How's it going, Craig? Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard here on the Late Night Musings, live on YouTube. Well, I'm using StreamYard, but you know what I mean. I forgot to silence my computer. Let's fix that. There we go. Chattanooga Ed joining the chat here. Good to see you, Ed. Welcome aboard here. Mrs. Freak checking back in here again once more. Good to see you here, dearest. I will tell you all right now, I'm probably not going to stay live for too terribly long. It's been a crazy past week, really. I'm about to do my fifth night in a hotel over the last 6 days, so that's been something. But you know what? Still wanted to go ahead, like I said earlier, do a little bit of something here, even though we're away from the comforts of home in the fish room here. Not a whole lot of activity in the chat for right now, but that's all right. Main thing I would say right now. You also notice I get a little stamp on my hand. That's from. So this time, as you know from last time, well, when I was joining the Friday Night Light stream with Danikin Aquatics and all them earlier, that was I was covering state wrestling here because, of course, a lot of you already know. My day job is a sports reporter, hence what I was doing there Friday. Well, once again, I'm on the road for that exact job here again, and I'm here for state bowling now. Check in next week, ladies and gentlemen, as I go off for state girls basketball. Maybe the week after that, we'll do boys basketball. If we get a team that makes it. Maybe. We might. Chattanooga Ed. Yes, they do offer a continental breakfast. That was one thing I kind of, at least this time, I don't always care if the hotel does, honestly. But, I mean, my main thing with a hotel is I want it to be in a decent area. I want it to have a clean, comfortable bed, and it has to have Wi-Fi and central air and such. I need to be able to heat and cool the room. As long as it has those few basic things. I mean, the breakfast is nice, but I'm also okay with, going to like a gas station that has like donuts and such, paying $4 or $5 for a half dozen. So I don't know. With me, breakfast isn't always a must, but it's a nice little bonus that definitely goes into considerations at the hotels. But yeah, it looks. I saw the breakfast room earlier, Ed, and yeah, looks like it's gonna be pretty good here. They go relatively late there too, so hopefully that'll. Hopefully it won't disappoint. I'm gonna back this up just a little bit further even yet because I'm noticing my head keeps getting cropped off by the camera here. Hey, Skippa Stevo, good to see you tonight as well. I'm doing well. Very tired, as you maybe can tell from my voice here, but at the same time, it's that time of the year for us sports writers here in Iowa. I mean, you basically go from wrestling, one day off, and then you jump right into state bowling, which is where I'm at now. And then on the way back from bowling, I'll probably end up even covering a basketball game on my way home. Maybe, not sure. But it's that time of the year. It's postseason time for all the winter sports, and they all just go together just like that. And yeah, it's it's a lot of fun though. Tommy, how's it going? I'm with you. I also love free breakfast. You and I both. I mean, I love free food in general. It doesn't just have to be a free breakfast. It can be a free lunch. It can be a free dinner. Hell, it could just be a free snack, and I'm down. Shoot, if you want to even throw in some free beer while you're at it, sign me up. Scuba Stevo. Ooh, double fist in the streams. Nice. I'm on 2 streams. Garden of Eater is going to learn a lot of shrimp tonight. Just got my cardinal shrimp set up. Very nice. Going through the chat. Going through the chat. Yes. Chattanooga Ed, super sleepy, was about to go to bed, but saw Austin on, so I decided to say, hey, greatly appreciate it, Ed. I mean, yeah, chances are probably not going to be live too late here. I don't even know if I'm going to stay on a full hour, honestly. But yeah, wanted to come on here a little bit. I initially wanted to get on here like my 5 p.m. normal time, 5 p.m. Central Time, that is. But didn't quite get my work done in time. And then after that, honestly, I keep bumping that microphone. I'm going to have to scoot that thing. But in the long run, just kind of wanted to relax a little bit because I'm just, well, to give you an idea of last week, putting it long story way shorter, last week I had like 16 hours of overtime, if that gives you an idea of how hectic the work week was last week. And I anticipate fully that I'll probably have, I doubt I'll have 16 hours overtime again. I wouldn't be too surprised if we do overtime again. And that might be even if I just work 4 days even. It's these state tournaments, they're a lot of fun to cover, but they take a lot of time. But it says still saying it. I can't remember exactly who said it, but someone once said, you know what, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And whether if it's the sports reporting or the fish especially, yeah, it's very much a labor of love, and I'll never complain about it. Do you get to eat at the bowling alley? I did, Ed. I did, as a matter of fact. Had a slice of pizza with some cheese curds. Perhaps a little interesting combination, but yeah, a lot of y'all know I'm a Packer fan, so when there's fried cheese on the menu, it's hard to say no to that. They also have these cool, like, shoot, and I left it in my car. I wish I would have grabbed that. But the cool thing is with this bowling alley, they have like these pins that they serve like drinks in. You can get a mixed drink in them if you want, but I just get soda since it's a high school sponsored event. I'm pretty sure they probably don't even serve alcohol since it's a high school event. Although I'm just saying, I mean, I wouldn't mind filling my Dr. Pepper and spiking it with a little bit of Jack Daniels, that, or maybe some Captain Morgan. I wouldn't have been against it, but I'm sure, again, high school event probably would have been frowned upon. And you should ask if your wife she'll go with you so you'll have someone to eat breakfast with, and maybe she could even eavesdrop on the competition and take notes for you. Funny enough, Ed, actually last year, my wife and I actually both went to the state soccer tournament. And actually, we had 2 teams make the state championship game. Only one of them won it, though. But she actually did come with me when she can. She sometimes comes with me to state tournaments. She doesn't necessarily take notes. She just kind of comes to watch, really, which is fine by me. And as long as the game staff have no problem with it, then it all works. But yeah, she's come with me a couple times, but unfortunately, she traditionally has to work, and unfortunately, as some athletes would definitely tell you, as well as our general public, bowling doesn't exactly always sell the most tickets in terms of athletic departments. Tommy, yes. Well, these cheese curds weren't very squeaky. I mean, they're a bowling. It's a bowling alley. It's bowling alley food, so there's only such a high bar that I can reach. But it's not too bad. I thought it was kind of good for at least bowling alley food goes. But yeah, I know what you're talking about now. When my wife Jessica and I both went to Lambeau Field and we had some cheese curds up there. Oh yeah, those things were squeaky, and they were amazing. Very amazing. Melvin, how's it going? Good to see you here, aka Legacy Hobbyists. Saying hello. Back at you, Melvin. Hope it's being the night is treating you well. Indeed. I mean, hey, when she comes with me too, I can just basically say she's with me, and yeah, she just gets into the game for free. She don't even have to buy a ticket. I mean, neither do I, because that's one perk of them being in sports media. You go to these games that you cover, and you don't pay a dime to get in. You go in, you bring the camera, snap some pictures, write up a story of basically just whatever the heck happened, and yeah, it's a fun, easy job. Well, I think it's easy. Some people would say differently because not everybody likes to do interviews. Not everybody likes to, travel as much. But if you don't mind meeting new people all the time and traveling to sporting events and a little bit of a busy schedule here and there, I think it's pretty easy then. Uh-oh. So, Tommy, I think the wife is on you. Like, aren't you supposed to be working? Paul, how's it going? Saying, hey, fish nerds. Hey to you, Paul. Good to see you here on this Monday night as we keep moving. Just saying a quick little hello to everybody here. I also will say that once we get home, well, once I get back home, in terms of, I was testing the parameters in the 510-gallon plywood tank. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're about ready to go. I'm gonna hook up the canister filter and all that yet. There was a little bit of an episode with it earlier. I won't go too much in details because I'm actually trying to make a video for that, but I haven't been home to make a video. Hence why I haven't had like a new video on my channel for just shy of a month now. But I already got plenty of ideas. So once this whole day job thing with the sports porting cools down, I'm gonna try to get back at it with the videos again and try to get at least one a week. One of them will probably be a bigger video. The other one will be just kind of a smaller fish room update video, but just to get some new stuff out there. Although I'm glad that a lot of you guys are, checking in on these live streams, and even some of you I even see on my YouTube shorts, which by the way, I released a new one. And if you like puffers, you should definitely check it out. Or not, because if you don't want to, then that's totally fine. Everybody has the right to watch what they want to watch. You to do Chattanooga Ed. For some reason, I feel like you maybe have told me this, but my mind is also a mess right now, and I can't remember much to begin with. But I did it part time, and I was starting up my photo studio. Yep, I remember you once saying that you were a photographer, actually, Ed. Because yeah, honestly, if you lived closer, my wife and I was actually telling my wife like, I wish Ed lived closer because he'd be a really cool one to take photos at the wedding. Because I mean, he'd probably not only take good photos of us, he'd probably also take good photos of the fish at the aquarium too. But But it's also like, well, Chattanooga to Omaha, that is quite the jaunt. It's not exactly right in the backyard. Tommy, I can do two things at once. It's called multitasking. Oh, I love it. Christine, how's it going? Back at you. Hope you're having a good Monday night there. Or I sometimes forget where everybody all is. So if I say Monday night and it's something else for you, I apologize. I try to remember where everybody's at, as well as try to remember everyone's personal names. But as you all know, of course, well, with you, of course, it's easy because, well, Christine, it's right there. If I don't get that one right, it's my own damn fault. But alas, I try to remember where everybody's at. Oh, really, Ed? Yeah, Council Bluffs. Well, Council Bluffs isn't the most, it's not the most scenic place, but it's not too bad in some places. There are some pretty cool places to take photos at in old Council Bluffs. Definitely have to walk at some of those scenic places when I get back here, though, because a lot of hotels and a lot of working around and such. Well, after a day or two's worth of rest, I think definitely going to want to do something fun because been away from home, been away from the wife a lot lately. So thinking I'm definitely going to have to spend a little date time with the wife when I get back. Speaking of awesome moderators, a few moments ago, another awesome moderator, Liquid Zoo Only Fins, aka Matt. Good to see you, man. I'm doing good. A little tired, not gonna lie, because it's been a very crazy week here. Covering, I'm about to do my 5th night at a hotel out of the past 6 days, so that kind of wears on you a little bit. I got one more to go for tomorrow before I get to go back home for a little while. I think for about 4 days, maybe 5, one of those two. But yeah, for right now, powering along. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have a little stamp on my hand, and when you kind of look at it from a distance, it almost looks like a little jellyfish, doesn't it? I think it's supposed to be a bowling ball hitting pins, though, because the state tournament I'm covering this week is bowling. I know some people think that bowling is a little boring, but I've never minded it too bad. Let's see here. Christine, at work, but probably can only watch 5 minutes. We'll watch when I get home. Hey, whatever you can do, Christine. Greatly appreciate you even just checking in here just to say hello. But absolutely, if you want to watch the replay, it'll be there. That's true, Ed. You do have some family here. I believe you say it's an uncle of some sort. Yeah, I want to say that you said it was an uncle or something. So sometimes, have to shoot some family things here and such. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll have plenty of family shindigs. I mean, hey, we live on a 2.5-acre plot. So one of these times we got to invite you and maybe some of the other fish folk over here as well. And we can have like a little get together. We can, mosey around some of the Omaha fish stores and such. I would say we could go to one of the Omaha fish swaps, but unfortunately, I'm not sure when that next one's going to be because our aquarium society here in Omaha is actually shutting down after this swap. I'm sure a new one will start. You don't just have 5 fish stores in your area and just not have a society. I'm sure a new one will get going, or at least a new swap will get going. But for right now, I'm not 100% on what that'll be, though. So Amber, ladies and gentlemen, would be my amazing sister-in-law. So my amazing wife and amazing sister-in-law apparently had a girls' day out. Good for you too. I'm sure that was a fun outing on President's Day here. Matt, I am in Waterloo, Iowa right now. I have been for today, will be tomorrow, and the majority of Wednesday. Wednesday, probably early or mid-afternoon, I should be on my way back home. A big blue Tick. Well, it's missing some legs then because I only see 3 legs on there then. I don't know. Ticks are weird looking critters though, aren't they? So maybe. Appreciate you, Scuba Stevo. Yeah, play Lemon if you like hanging out here. Just a chill little stream here where we're just hanging out a little bit. Absolutely. Hit that like button. Would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for that, Steve. Speaking of awesome people here, we got Whip's World saying hi, all beautiful people. Let's get tanked. Amen. Amen. Checking through the chat while also trying to stay awake. Unfortunately, Whip, no. I did not make it to the Quad City fish swap. I was, well, on Sunday, I could have, but honestly, after doing 4 straight days of state wrestling tournament in Des Moines, which I thought about maybe after the state wrestling tournament of maybe just going the rest of the way east and checking it out. But, well, to give you an idea, out of those 4 days at the state wrestling tournament, I did 2 14-hour days, a 12.5-hour day, and about a 10.5-hour day. So, and that wasn't including the Monday and the Tuesday I worked before Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, yeah, after that week, I was pretty tired and I was very much ready to go home. So, after that, I just decided, I would love to go. I believe they got another one there in like mid or late March there as well. I might try to hit that one. But kind of just decided, after that, I decided, I would love to go, but I was just too dang tired. I was ready to go home, spend a day with my wife, and that's exactly what I did. Relaxed, spent some time with my wife. We saw my parents for a little bit also that day, as well as her parents. It was a pretty good day. But one of these times I'll definitely make it to the Quad City swap. That is my goal. I want to make it at least once or twice this year. And hey, maybe I can even make it more because, hey, it's only February. But I definitely think in March I want to give it a good shot. It also depends, of course, on what the schedule looks like, but things should be pretty well calmed down by then. But yeah, hopefully in March I can get on over there because it looks like an amazing swap. Because I know, yeah, prime time I saw with Jason there. I saw Boss Aquatics was there again. Boss likes to go to that swap too, and I see his videos a lot on that. I saw a little bit from Jason and prime time a little bit. And yeah, it looks like an absolutely amazing swap. And I'm kicking myself for the fact that I have yet to make one of those. But I can promise you that's going to change soon. I'm going to make it over there pretty soon. Hey, there you go. Yeah, Whip. Any cool fish you get there at the swap? I'm sure. Looks like they had plenty of cichlids. I saw a post about angelfish, which I guess is technically a cichlid. I think I saw something on discus. I think I saw some loaches were there, all sorts of plants that looked like were going to be there. I believe they got some saltwater there too. So I'm sure there was plenty of selection to choose from. It'd be something around like that, Ed. I don't think it's quite 5 hours. I think it'd be like 4.5, maybe. Let me look at this here real quick. I'm about to look this up here real quick. Let's see. It's the Golden Leaf Center, if my mind serves correctly. Yep, Golden Leaf Banquet Center in Davenport. I know it's in Davenport because I actually have an aunt and uncle that live there. Well, it's technically a suburb of Davenport, Eldridge, but it's right there by Davenport. Ooh, excuse me. See, though, my time's going to be a little bit off, though. But, well, let's just change this up a little bit. 2, yeah. There we go. I said 4.5 hours, Ed. There you go. If it'll focus, there we go. Yep, if I just follow I-80 east all the way from Council Bluffs to Davenport, boom. Yeah, it's about 4.5 flat to get from Council Bluffs to Davenport. So not quite 5, but it's still a little bit of a commute. 4.5 hours, that's still a little bit of a time. I'd probably want to get over there I guess my tentative plan, if I did go to one, is I'd probably just want to go there Saturday. Probably spend the first day with you know my wife, or maybe even if my father comes, because my father now has a 75-gallon tank where he's starting to put some fish in. So thinking I'd like to get over there at some point. Who knows? Maybe he'll join me too. I'm sure the wife would definitely like to join there too. Not that Davenport exactly has a ton of crazy good things to do. Well, I shouldn't say crazy good things because then that makes it sound like not too great. But I mean, it's a decent sized city. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know much of the activities to do there. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Yeah, give or take whip. Des Moines is, I mean, yeah, Des Moines is pretty centric in the state of Iowa. It's pretty much is if it's not smack dab in the middle of Iowa, it's pretty dang close. Um, yeah, I want to say, oh shoot, I want to say it still would have been about 2.5 hours from Des Moines, which obviously that doesn't sound bad at all. I mean, 2.5 hours, I'll do that without hesitation. But when you're also considering the fact that, like, well, you do 2.5 hours from Des Moines to Davenport, but then when you go to Davenport and you go all the way west, then you're doing 4 hours 30 minutes then. And I don't know. I mean, that was the more minor thing that kind of tipped the scales, but yeah, this time around it was more of a matter of just like, yeah, I'm tired, and I knew that I was going to this state tournament as well, so I'm like, I'd love to go to it, but yeah, it just sounded like a lot because I probably would have done either a video or a live stream there as well. I'm gonna do a live stream actually this Sunday, actually when because I'm gonna be actually going to the Omaha Fish Swap, which is this Sunday. So if you like seeing swaps and such, or the past live streams that I've done on there, keep an eye open for that because yeah, we'll be going to the Nebraska Aquarium Society Swap, which is this Sunday. It starts at 11:30. If you're a non-member, of course, I'm a member, so I get to go in a whole half hour early. But it'll be a good deal. They always got some cool aquascaping pieces like wood, plants. They got like loaches, all sorts of angelfish. They usually got some really cool looking discus too. I mean, they have like I think the last couple times I've been there, they've had like 3 or 4 different angelfish breeders there. They've had all sorts of cichlids, all sorts of plecos. Some couple people had like some amazing looking betas. They even got like some feeder snails if you got the fish that'll go into those. I mean, little small catfish. One guy, a goldfish breeder, comes by and yeah, they it's it's a nice swap, that's for sure. It's not huge like the one in Davenport. Like, there's not over 100 tables of stuff, but yeah, it may not have the quantity of the big swaps, but the quality is still very much there. The quality is very, very much still there. See, we got Austin Plorden here. I hate peanut butter. Mixing it up a little bit tonight. All right. Well, I'm with Chattanooga Ed. I must say, I enjoy peanut butter, especially on toasted bagels or toasted bread, even by itself. And sometimes, depending on what y'all put on it, peanut butter on a cheeseburger ain't too bad either. Funny enough, actually, here in Omaha, I'm sure some of you may know who Doug McDermott is. We have a certain burger at a microbrewery here in Omaha called the Tap House. If you're ever in the area, I highly recommend you check it out. They actually got a a cheeseburger that has peanut butter and jelly on it. And I know that sounds way weird. And I would agree with you. When I first heard of it, I'm like, no way that can taste good. Like, that sounds yike. Like, that sounds like, who the hell came up with that? It sounds like something you would maybe try if, you had a little bit much to drink or whatever. But no, I've actually had it a couple times, and it's probably my favorite burger there. It's actually not bad at all. They have Magikarps. There you go. Uh, there you go. Now, if only Lefty was here, Her guys, if Lefty was here, we could ask him, how big of a tank do you think a Magikarp would need? Next time Lefty goes live or something, I'm gonna have to drop that by him. Like, excuse me, how big of a tank do I need for my Magikarp? Well, it's probably not even the Magikarp that we'd have to worry about. It's probably the daggone Gyarados that, because I mean, supposedly, how big does Gyarados get? I have no idea. But like, Magikarp isn't supposed to be very big at all. But yes, Whip, I absolutely agree with you. And hey, if you're ever in Omaha, man, I'm telling you, the Omaha Tap House, it's amazing. It's one of they got awesome burgers there, and they craft some of their own beers as well. It's a pretty good place. Okay, I need to look this up. Gyarados length. Oh my god. Okay, so like you need like a lake to hold a Gyarados, because apparently they would say the Pokemon Gyarados would be, they say it's about 21 feet long. Damn. Oh man. Peanut butter and jelly shakes. You know, Ed, I got to tell you, that's a new one. I could see where it would actually taste good, but I cannot say I've ever had one of those. I've had it, like I say, I've had peanut butter on a burger, and I tried it a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. It's probably my favorite burger at that place. But I can't say I've ever tried a peanut butter and jelly shake though before. It's the heart, absolutely. Like seriously, 21 feet long though. Holy crap! And like, what is Lefty's Lapras? Lapras length. I mean, yeah, Lapras isn't even close to that. I mean, well, I guess it's supposed to stand 8 feet tall, but still. Well, does it not talk about the length or anything? I guess not. All right, well, I guess again, the height, that's about, oh my. Well, yeah, if it stands 8 feet tall, I mean, crap, I'm 6'4", so there's that. That is true. Gyarados, a dragon and a flying type, absolutely. But it can be in water, I guess. Clearly, Austin, you have not heard of the slowpoke tail theory. But supposedly, yeah, I think they do. 3G, how's it going? Giving the eyeballs and the peace sign, lurking the board here. Good to see you here, 3G, as we carry on this late night musings. Live here on Monday night in Waterloo, Iowa. We greatly appreciate you all joining us here this fine evening. Austin, if I had to choose a partner Pokemon, probably not. I'm not going to say what all my choices for a partner Pokemon would be, but no, I guess one of them, my top choice would probably be a Dragonite. I mean, which obviously would start as a Dranteed and a Dragonair. But no, because I think actually a Dragonite could probably flip the script. So no, I wouldn't do that. If, that would have been a possibility, Packers, yeah, that's quite a topic right now, isn't it? You know what? All I'm going to say is this, because in the end, this isn't a sports show, but if you want to talk sports to Austin, I should definitely recommend you to check out Danikin Aquatics and their Friday Night Light stream, which happens every day at 9:30 p.m. Central. It's always Ed, usually another fellow here who we have in the chat. Mr. Chattanooga Ed is always there, or traditionally there anyway. We've had other folks like Skipper on there as well. We've also had Rico Stan on there before. I've been on there a lot frequently as of late, so it's a really cool stream, and we love talking about sports, especially football. But briefly on the Packers, I mean, obviously the Aaron Rodgers situation is what is kind of the elephant in the room with that team right now. If Aaron Rodgers stays, cool. Let's get all the talent that we can, and let's give this Super Bowl hope one more shot. But if not, it's also like, we've chased this for how long? At some point, you got to just understand that, there also has to come a point where you just accept the fact that, we didn't get the goal. We came up short. It's time to rebuild and try again later. Start building for something else. But whatever they decide to do, you know what? I'm on board. Gonna be a fan either way. I was even before Aaron Rodgers became what he is now today. So, whatever happens, happens. If we trade him, we trade him. If he retires, he retires. And if he plays another year, he plays another year. Big Shrimpin', a.k.a. Mr. Steve C. How's it going, Steve? Saying, hey, everyone, back at you. The big pimpin' shrimpin'. I love it. Whoop. Chat with what the heck is... I'm getting pop-ups on my computer. I'm not sure exactly why that happened either. So I am in Waterloo, Austin, because of Iowa High School State Bowling Tournament. We just completed day one today. One of our teams actually placed third as a team here today, so that was kind of exciting. They were kind of hoping to place higher, of course, which they were a little disappointed on, but I think as some time passes by, I think they'll be pretty happy with how it turned out. Leo, 209 Aquatics. How's it going, Leo? Good to see you. Saying hi, all. Is that a husky in your picture there? Love huskies. Those are so cool. The real athletes of the sport. I tell you what, bowling, I learned very quickly just last weekend, or, well, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, rather, that, yeah, bowling is not as easy as it looks. Not that I thought that it was all that easy to begin with, but, well, long story short, I learned very quickly that bowling is not my gift in life. You go to a bowling tournament where high schoolers are hitting high 100s, low to mid 200s for scores. Usually mid 200s are where the better ones tend to be at. And I never even got close to 100. So that's kind of where I was. I very quickly got put in my place that weekend on bowling. I just learned it's not my game, and, I should not try again for a while until I feel like embarrassing myself again later. Fish Dreams also in here saying hello. Hello to you, Fish Dreams. Good to see you here. All sorts of awesome people coming in here. Fellow Iowan Sketty, greetings to all. Greetings to you, Sketty, fellow Iowan. Good to see you. New local Austin also here. Spy Stuff. Bowling is a cover story. I'm on to you. Fantastic. Right? You got me. I'm a secret FBI agent. I'm the real life Stan Smith from American Dad. Minus the fact not dad, though. Well, I guess, unless you include the fish, because sometimes we treat our fish like children sometimes, right? Some people may think that's weird, but honestly, well, keep a couple of personable fish like puffers, Oscars, piranhas, or the arowanas. The list goes on and on. And yeah, you know what I mean. Dylan G, how's it going? Oh, so this is actually Yellowstone. Well, Dylan, or Yellowstone, good to see you. Welcome aboard here on the late night musings here. Good to see you. Whatever account you always use. I'm always happy to see whoever come in here, of course. I think I saw a question from Plord earlier. Yes, here we go. A good starting fish. Um, well, I mean, they're without kicking in all the variables of like what tank you have and such, or what are some things you like. I mean, part of it also kind of depends on, what interests you. I mean, the first ever fish I ever kept was a platy. I'm not even going to say what size tank they were in because I was a lot less knowledgeable at that point, and we'll just leave it at that. But um, platies are good. I mean, usually live bearers, especially guppies, tend to be very hardy. So, I mean, that would be a good starting fish. Obviously, I feel like another one, obviously the beta. It can tolerate a lot compared to other fish. Well, I I say that, but they're also a very misunderstood fish at the same time. Some people think that, oh, you can just put them in a bowl, and I guess, I mean, there's worse things, I guess, but I always say with a beta, you want to, if you keep a beta by itself, I would prefer to give it at least 5 gallons. But if it's with some other fish, then I think my minimum would be 10 gallons. But that's just how I work myself, and the system's worked pretty decently for me. I wouldn't say it's worked perfectly, but most more times than not, it's worked pretty well. But I mean, yeah, tetras are a pretty hardy fish. That'd be another one because there's a lot of tetras that get various sizes. So regardless, really, of what size tank you have, as long as it's like a 10 gallon or bigger, there's a tetra out there that I'm sure would suit your fancy and work pretty well for you. I mean, really, in terms of starting fish, like I say, the list really goes on, but I would say those are probably the most common ones that people start with. I mean, I could list off all the tetras that would be a good starter fish, but we'd be here for quite a while. New local Austin, love it. Coro, whoops, and I double clicked that. I shouldn't have done that. Coro, good to see you. Favorite starting fish is zebra Daniel. That is a good one. I do like. I also kind of like those long fin Danios too. I mean, maybe that's just me. It's kind of what I also like on angelfish too. Is when they have the long veil tail like fins. I think those are so cool. But like, I don't know, like longfin tiger barbs too. I don't know. That's kind of an ironic fish if you ask me. But zebra Danios were also ones that I kept like back in my earlier days of fish keeping, like back in my middle school days where I was still, well, I mean, I still learn a lot about this hobby yet today. I mean, the day you stop learning about the fish hobby is the day you stop the hobby in general. But 3G, I said guppy. I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't talk about the guppy much, but nope, I did say guppies are a good starter fish. But yeah, guppies, they're a good one. Tetras are a good one. Chattanooga's mom wants to know, do I work for non-pro? I do. It is the Daily Non-Pro. I do work there, yep. That is my paper. That is where I do my business. My sport writer business. do, 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 do. Good starting thing. Dreamfish. Well, honestly, Austin, I have a lot of them already. I mean, a Mabu puffer was a dreamfish once upon a time, as was a Fahaka puffer, and I mean, I got both of them right now. But I guess in terms of fish that I have yet to keep, um, I really want to keep a freshwater stingray at some point. I think my wife would agree on that too. She really likes stingrays as well. I would love to definitely keep some freshwater stingrays at some point. Whether that's Matoros or black diamonds, I'm not too picky. I guess just whatever good deal comes along. I've kind of read up a little bit on both here. I think is as long as I get I mean, I'd almost want to just set up like almost something resembling like an indoor pond to do it because obviously stingrays get a considerable size, so I'd want to give them plenty of space to swim around and such, and enjoy themselves as much as possible. But I would say stingrays would probably top that list right now. A very close second place, probably being an arowana. The number one arowana that I would want to keep, though, is not currently legal in the United States unless it was recently changed. But If you look on the King of DIY's channel, you'll see like the red Asian arowanas, and whew, I don't even want to know what a price tag would go on those things. Probably thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I'm pretty sure the thousands, as in like the the dollar amount is like 5 digits. I or probably close to it, but that's probably my top two by far. It would be yeah, like red Asian arowana would be second, but obviously, well, I don't. That's not legal to keep in the United States right now, so that's probably not going to happen for a while. Hopefully, they change it soon, and I can someday. But you know what? If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. There's there's plenty of other fish to keep out there, but otherwise, yeah, stingrays, some sort of freshwater stingray. Definitely want to give one of those a shot someday. Let's see. Leo's got a question here. A question about green spotted. Oh, wait. I'm not sure where I saw green spotted in that equation, but okay, let me start that over for you, Leo. A question about the spotted Congo puffers. Should I be feeding him snails every day? If so, how much? And yeah, that's my husky. Very cool. Yeah, that husky's awesome. I love huskies. They're very vocal, hence why I don't think why my wife would ever allow that to happen. But it's but yeah, I love huskies. I think their colors and their eyes can be really pretty. But to answer your question, I don't think it ever would hurt if you can give your puffer some snails every day. And I mean, I kind of give different amounts all the day because I usually feed my puffers like to start the day. I'll give them like some snails. Like sometimes I'll just give my puffers like 3 or 4. Sometimes, if depending on how many I have in my fish room, like if I got some tanks that are just absolutely crawling with snails, I'll spend a little more time and give them close to like a dozen or dozen and a half, just as throwing a number out there, I guess. Sometimes I'll give those to those guys if I'm really just going crazy with snails. But if my supply is a little bit lower, then maybe I won't give them quite so much. Maybe I'll just give them like a handful each, like somewhere between 4 or 5, maybe 6 of them, and call it good there. I mean, as frequently as you can give them, the more frequently you can give your puffer a snail, really any puffer, then the better. Except for, I mean, well, you can give snails to a pea puffer, but it's not necessary. But for spotted Congos, no. I mean, if you want to give them every day, even if you're only giving them about like 4 to 6 a day, I mean, that's still doing something. I mean, obviously, feel free to give them more if you feel like you have the supply to do so, because the more you give them, then the more work that's going to do on their teeth. But I mean, if you don't have enough to do it every single day, though, I mean, every other 2 or 3 days, I've done that with a lot of my puffers. And I mean, I've never had to trim the teeth on any of my green spotteds here. Actually, no, I take that back. That's wrong. I did trim teeth on one of them because some of them do eat their snails very well. One of them, for some reason, just will not take snails. So that it's like, all right, buddy. Well, if you're gonna do that, then I got to trim your teeth the hard way. But um, I had to do that once on a figure eight. But I mean, red spotted, jeepers. I'm tired. my mind's turning on to mush, guys. But red-eyed puffers, rather. I mean, they'll also take down some snails. I mean, a dragon puffer. I mean, yeah. It also kind of depends on the size of your snails, though, too. Do. Taking drugs so my own blood doesn't kill me, so I couldn't. Fantastic. Define your success in the beta world. Um, I mean, I haven't kept a ton of betas. I only have one right now in my fish room. Um, so, and that one's actually got a weird little story to it. Well, I won't go too much on it. Maybe I'll tell the extended story later. But long story short, a local bar had them in like one of those vase things. Some some of the workers there were placing bets, and much to my frustration, they were betting on how long it would take for the fish to die. Granted, they were feeding it and changing its water, but it's like, really, you guys are placing bets on how long it's going to take for you to kill this? Are you kidding me? But well, fortunately, one of the kill workers, well, half the coworkers did not like it either, and they know what I do here. They know that I have a fish room and such, so they basically said, "If you have a tank for it, will you please take it?" And for that, I said, "Absolutely. If you guys just want to hand it over, then yeah, I'll take it." And I took it. A little over 2 years later, that beta is going strong with some diamond tetras and some serpent tetras right now in a 10-gallon, and they're about to get upgraded soon. A little more on that whole mumbo jumbo though later. Leo, I I have a lot worried, or I have a lot just worried. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of snails. That's good. Just worried about overfeeding. Fantastic Freaks, what frozen food do you recommend? I mean, let's see. And you said spotted Congo puffers. For spotted Congo puffers, I mean, I gave them all sorts of different things. I mean, I gave them jumbo bloodworms. I sometimes gave them frozen krill, not the little cube things. I actually get a full slab and such, and I'll melt it down and let them eat like the little shrimp pieces and all that. Well, not shrimp, but krill. You know what I mean. But the frozen krill, that's a good one once in a while, especially once they start getting a little bit bigger. Yeah, but I mean, snails too, if they keep eating those, definitely give those as frequently as you can. I mean, you can, like I say, you can alter the amounts based on how much other food you want to give them. Like, if I know that I'm going to give like my puffers like some bloodworms or maybe some, I also get like from Hikari some of that carnivore combination cubes. I'll also give them beef heart every once in a while. I know beef heart, some people say that's a little fatty and all that. So I don't give beef heart too much, but it's still not a bad thing to give your fish every once in a while. Gives a little variation in their diet. But I would also say, yeah, frozen krill, jumbo bloodworms, that's all good. If they'll take it, mysis shrimp was sometimes a little something that I gave my spotted Congos, and they really liked those. Um, yeah, I mean, mysis shrimp, jumbo bloodworms, beef heart, the carnivore cubes from like Hikari and such, and then some frozen krill. I mean, that's all something I gave all my spotted Congo puffers in until some craziness happened. They really seemed to like it. Do, 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 do. Amazon Research Center is here with that beautiful discus icon. Love that. I need to get like an all discus tank here. Unfortunately, my first batch of discus did not do so well, but I kind of blame myself for that. But anyway, good to see you here for Amazon Research Center. Absolutely, Leo. I mean, yeah. Good luck on the spotted Congos. Those are awesome puffers, man. Those I rarely miss my spotted Congos. Those I'm definitely gonna get some more of those again here though later. But yeah, based on all that happened, kind of with the, I mean, I kind of talked about it earlier, but I mean, based on what down with my arrowhead puffer, and the power surge that basically took out one of my Amazons, a few of my red eyes, and my cross river. Just for right now, probably taking just a little break from puffers. It's just one of those things, where it's just kind of like, puffers are cool. Part of it's also a matter of like, yeah, puffers are cool, but I want to have other fish down here too, because I know a lot of y'all like puffers, and that's why I think a good following has found me and continues to follow me, which is appreciated. I'm never going to get rid of puffers because, well, that is my favorite fish. But I mean, I like angelfish. I like knife fish. Like I got a couple of black ghost knives right now. Um, it's all. I mean, yeah, I absolutely. There's all sorts of fish I love. Like I said, I would love to keep stingrays someday. I would love to keep like some arowanas someday. Um, I don't know. I might give African cichlids a try again. I feel like my main problem when I tried it the first time was I had them in a 55-gallon tank, and it just wasn't big enough. So I probably should have known better at that point, and I'm thinking that's probably why it didn't go so well the first time. So I'm sure at some point I'll give it another shot with a bigger tank because I'm thinking that was probably at least part of the problem. But we'll try it again here, see what happens, and Yeah, well, I'm not going to put a time frame on it, but I'm sure someday probably going to try African cichlids again too. Voice was getting a little scratchy there. Needed a drink. Yeah. How can you not like puffers? Who are these crazy people? I'm not sure, Whip. I mean, most of the people that see the puffers in my fish room anyway always talk about like how cool it is that they come up to the glass and such. I mean, yeah, they're pretty cool. I saw that the first time there. I mean, well, I've said it 1,000 times on this channel, and now we'll make it 1,001. I mean, seeing just how Murphy acted on like Aquarium Co-op, or even Ladybird, or even I think when he even showed like clips of Hank and such, just seeing the puffer's personality. I mean, I figured that I want to if I'm going to do something like this, then yeah, I want to fish like that because that looks so cool. And I mean, yeah, the rest is history. Here I am. Very nice. Just seeing some people chatting through there earlier. Scuba Steve, yeah, I just lost one of my OBSs I bred today. Sorry to hear that, man. Cichlids are jerks sometimes, but gotta love them. Yeah, I mean, I think I also got an overly aggressive bunch, even for cichlids, which I think is kind of saying something because, yeah, cichlids, I mean, they can be little buttheads. There's no denying that part. But I mean, it's no different than sometimes if you get like a little shoal of Amazon puffers or red eye puffers together. I mean, sometimes if, the tank's not big enough and there's not enough territory to separate amongst themselves, then yeah, they're probably going to bicker. They're probably going to fight with each other. It's in hindsight, I look at it, it's like that cichlid tank's like, yeah, maybe I just had a little more overly aggressive bunch, but I don't think altering and adding more and more stuff to the tank was the full answer. I think the bigger answer just was the tank just wasn't big enough. So when I try it again, because I'm pretty sure I will sometime down the road. Again, no time frame on it, but somewhere down the road, I'm sure I'll give cichlids a try again. All right, checking through the chat here. Hard to believe. Wow, I actually am about to hit an hour though. Here I was thinking that I wasn't going to hit an hour, and we're less than 2 minutes away from it already. Very nice. Well, why not? You know what? We'll keep going here a little bit. If I keep going though, probably only well, not too much later. I'm not going to put a time frame. We'll see how we feel here as we go along. Yeah, he is feisty, and especially when I'm cleaning the tank. Yeah, those puffers. Well, usually when normally when I clean some of my puffers tanks, like my Fahaka puffer Finley, who, well, if you are watching on YouTube, which I presume you are, yes, that is Finley in the logo. Oh, there. But no, that was also when she was way younger. Like that photo that I used for my icon is like over 2 years ago. Actually, it's probably even going more like over to 3 years ago now. But well, actually, it wouldn't be quite 3 years ago. About less than a month will be 3 years. I want to say like maybe in 2 weeks or so it'll be 3 years, but whatever it is. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, they're I kind of lost my train of thought there. I'm not sure what I was going on there about. Whip, I see. Here, fantastic. We should get arowanas together. I bet an arrow will get along with a puffer, right? I mean, some people have put a Mabu puffer with an arowana, and I mean, I guess some people say it works. I mean, I don't know if I myself am ever going to try that because, I mean, I don't know. I'm just one of those where it's like that fin could look very alluring to a puffer, hence a temptation to chomp. And my saying about with a lot of other fish is a lot of other fish, like say a piranha, needs multiple bites to do a lot of damage. An Oscar will need a couple bites to do a lot of damage. And arowana, the same thing. Paku's kind of the same thing. A puffer, if it's big enough, like a mabu or a fahaka, they only need one bite to do some pretty lethal damage to a fish. I mean, some people ask, well, what would a puffer bite be like? Like, well, if you did that with your finger, like, imagine putting one of your fingers in a bolt cutter. It would not tickle at all. I mean, that's, of course, the bigger puffers, like a fahaka or a mabu, but, like, especially a mabu, good lord, I never want to deal with that, because that sounds like that would just hurt like absolute crazy. But, yeah, I have actually seen some people, though, put some arowanas with a mabu puffer before. I'd never even begin to think about it with a fahaka, though. But I mean, I could see a work with the mabu, because mabus are supposed to be pretty docile. Amateur Aquatic Addiction, aka AAA in the house, saying good day, everyone. Back at you. Hope it's been a good day for you as well. It's been a good day and a busy day here. But you know what? They say when you stay busy, it keeps you out of trouble. So I won't complain too much. Whip, I think I actually might have heard a little bit about that. But yeah, Creek can tell you what that feels like. And yeah, I don't envy them. I don't want to know what that feels like. I mean, I got nipped by a red eye puffer one time. I mean, they're a little bitty guy. They only get about, like, 2.5, maybe about 3 inches or so. So I mean, not too big. But I tell you what, it nipped me on a knuckle one time. It still isn't enough. Like, we're ooh. I mean, puffers, man, that is one thing. If you tick them off and they come after you, they got some chompers. I got a gutsy little Amazon puffer here that's about 4.5 inches. Yeah, I'd say about 4.5 inches. But he hasn't gotten me yet. I feel like that day is coming, though, because when I feed them frozen food, I put their frozen food in the water and such, and try to break it up a little bit with my hand so that they can go after it, all that, because, well, they're a little lazy. But they don't always like to go after the cube, as it's mostly frozen. Yeah, so I break it up for him a little bit, and he doesn't always like me sticking my hand in the water. Whip. Calling it a night. Have a good night. Tell Ed. Hope he enjoys his ice cream. And sorry I can't math. I can't do math either, especially not when it's 10:30 at night, or really at any point in the day, but especially not at 10:30 at night. But appreciate you coming in here, Whip. Yeah, one of these times, definitely have to get with you when I finally make my trip to the fish swap over there in Davenport. I'll definitely have to let you know when that day comes, when I finally get my butt over there. All sorts of awesome folks in here. You know what the heck? Crown Tail Half Moon. Don't think I said hi to you earlier. Welcome aboard here. Of course, the wife, Mrs. Freak, still in here saying hello to everyone. Oh, yeah, there was Ed saying, I'm going to grab some ice cream. I'll be right back. When Ed gets back, we'll have to ask him what kind of ice cream he grabbed or scooped or whatever. Let's see. Probably not going to be on here too much longer. I am feeling a little sleepy, but well, I'm curious now to see what ice cream Ed went ahead and got. So we got to sit here and wait to find out. The question of the day: what ice cream did Mr. Chattanooga Ed scoop himself up today? Not sure why, but I love these things. It's like a Gatorade, but with way less sugar. Let's see, did I skip anything in the chat? Well, not skip, but maybe miss anything. Doesn't look like I have. Does not look like I have. Oh, Whip earlier was saying, first beta like you was kept in a vase without heat or filtration. Yeah, I made that mistake a couple times when I was, well, earlier. But water changes were done when the glass couldn't be seen through anymore. He lived close to 7 years. I mean, that's still pretty good for a beta because sometimes when you get those betas, especially from Petco or PetSmart, you have no idea how old those things are. I mean, a black arowana would be cool too. I've actually seen pictures of like a full black arowana. Ooh, those look cool. like a, they look. I think they're like stupid expensive though. But I mean, hey, if the opportunity ever arose for me, I mean, that'd be a fish that'd be pretty hard to say no to. I mean, all black. Could you imagine like get one of Joey's like blood red Asian arowanas, and then get like a full black arowana in there with them. Oh man, I mean that would be beautiful. Very expensive tank worth like thousands and thousands of dollars. One for the size, two for the fish. But tell you what, it would that would be something else. That would look amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, guys, I don't know. My mind's starting to go to sleep here. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. But appreciate every single one of y'all coming in here tonight as we just do a little chill hangout here tonight and such. Like I said, gonna be back home hopefully around Wednesday night here, and then a little bit of a break for about 4 5 days. I think actually just four, whatever the heck it is. Because, like I say, I can't do math right now, as Whip said earlier, and my mind is a jungled mess right now. So, because of how much I've been running around. But, guys, appreciate all of y'all coming in here and hanging out a little bit here on this late night Monday musing streams, guys. Ed, whenever you watch this, man, enjoy the ice cream, whatever kind I guess you get. But everybody else, thank you for coming in here. All the continued support. If you want, I went ahead and dropped a new YouTube short here today. So if you want to check that out, especially since we got talking about puffers a bit, if you like puffers, check that out. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. As always, Fish Fam, stay fantastic.